Don't forget to check out and grab your copy of our 2 newly released books, Football, a Love Story, and What Did Football Teach Me? These books feature over 100 stories from current and former coaches, players, executives, and entertainers from across the football landscape, describing what got them involved in the game, what they love about it, and what life lessons the game taught them. You can find your copy or order your copy from our website at footballgameplan.com/books. Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bring you our preview of the 2016 East-West Shrine Game, which takes place January 18th through the 23rd in St. Petersburg, Florida. Great event both on and off the field, and we're going to be down there covering the entire week of events. Myself, Teron Davenport, Gene Clemens, and also Chris James will bring you the updates, the news, notes, and tidbits from each day of practice, and also a recap of the game. But right now, let's take a look at some of the guys that you definitely want to keep an eye on during the week of practices. I got the chance to see Brandon Ross out of Maryland live this year versus South Florida, and I think he has Alfred Morris-like skills. He's a chain mover with above-average shiftiness. Now, keep an eye on Ross not only this week, but throughout the entire draft process. Daniel Lasco may have the biggest upside of any tailback in his draft class because he dealt with a lot of nagging injuries while in college, but from a pure talent standpoint, I don't think I've ever seen someone plant and accelerate like the 6'1", 205-pound tailback out of Cal can definitely do so. I was able to see Tajay Sharp last year live versus Buffalo, and he was a junior prospect that I earmarked for this season, and once again, he didn't disappoint. Now, for him, this week will be about how consistent can he be from a route running perspective, and if that's something that he can carry over into the next level. Big fan of Rashawn Scott out of Miami. I saw him live this season versus Pitt, and I came away highly impressed with his hands and savvy, especially on third downs. He was always finding a six. Now, he was inconsistent in the Hurricanes bowl game, so obviously this week you want to see if that was the aberration or something that we should be concerned about moving forward. I was at the CIS East-West Bowl this past May, which is the all-star game for the top CFL prospects. They play their all-star game before the season, and Charles Vaillancourt was one of my practice standouts, and obviously the step up this week in the consistency of the talent that he's going to be facing is what you want to keep an eye on. Victor Ochi out of Stony Brook at 6'2", 255 is one of my favorite prospects regardless of position. He has Cliff Averill-like game that he brings to the table. I saw him live this year versus Elon, and the first 3 plays of the game, sack, TFL, and a quarterback pressure, were all made by Ochi. In my opinion, he's a 4-3 defensive end all day, but I will be keeping an eye on his athleticism to see if he could possibly transition to an outside linebacker in a 3-4 defense. Early on in the season, I'm glad the country got a chance to see Javon Hargrave out of South Carolina State put on a show against a very good football team in Coastal Carolina. And this is a guy that I think is going to shine not only this week, but throughout the course of the draft process and into his rookie season, a la Rodney Gunther, who's currently playing for the Arizona Cardinals. Similar style as far as how they play. I think Hargraves can play anywhere along the defensive line. Another HBCU standout playing in the Shrine Game. There's a lot to like about Antoine Williams out of Georgia Southern at 6'3", 245. I love the defense that he played in for the Eagles, a run and chase type of defense where he's going to be asked to make a lot of plays at or behind the line of scrimmage, and he did a great job chasing those plays down. A 2-time All Sun Belt Conference performer. Look for Williams' speed to show up this week in 7-on-7 drills. Another player that I got a chance to see live last year as well as this season was Justin Simmons, the free safety out of Boston College. I think he has tremendous range from sideline to sideline. He can play in the alley. He's not afraid to come up and be effective in a running game. He has a lot of Dean Marlowe type skills that he brings to the table. Keep an eye on him this week. This is a guy that will generate a lot of buzz because how well he can get from sideline to sideline. So just a reminder, the Shrine Game kicks off January 18th, which is tomorrow, and runs all the way through the 23rd, which will be played at Tropicana Field at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on NFL Network. For more info, updates, and the rest of these rosters on the East and West squads, as well as the coaching staff, Visit the Shrine Games website at shrinegame.com and also follow these guys on Twitter at @shrine_game.